Hey, my beautiful mamas. I am Kiki. I want to say welcome to my YouTube channel, but I feel like sometimes that's just weird. I am a life coach for mums. Sometimes some women come to me who don't have kids, but basically, like in a nutshell, for mums. And we work on all the things. But today I wanted to talk to you. I've not got my rings on and it's feeling really weird. But anyway, today I was going to talk to you about, stop waving your hands, about how to call in the unknown. And I actually haven't tapped into this topic that much. And I haven't even talked about it that much with my clients. I talk about how what you think is what you create. But I don't know if I've gone super deep into the manifestation side. And I'm going to give you some examples of some things that I've experienced over the last few weeks and how I've kind of shifted and fixed, manifested, created, bring in the unknown. And I want you to know that, especially as a woman and in someone who operates from the feminine, which is probably why you're watching this, is like, it's actually really easy for you. It's way easier than what you think. The blocks that you're having are actually the negative manifestations that you're creating. Sometimes I don't want to use the word manifesting because people think it's just like the latest cool word, but it is actually, the metaphysical world is a layer of truth. It's just not science. So, how do you bring in the unknown? How do you bring forth something that you cannot see the creation of? And in parenting and in mothering, it's like when you're pregnant, you can't see the baby, but there's a part of you that already knows and sees. And especially if you've been pregnant more than once, you will absolutely know what I'm talking about. And if you've been pregnant multiple times, you will 100% know what I'm talking about, that you can almost see and feel the baby before they've even come. And so that's what manifesting, well, really is. And it's about holding the faith of the baby coming when you don't even know how or where it's coming from. Like most of us know where our babies are coming from, but not always. It's not always going to make sense. It definitely actually never makes sense. And it's like holding the faith on the nonsensical feeling, the non-scientific fact. And so it's been the Christmas period over the last few weeks, and it's been kind of very hectic style energy. I just feel like in life in general, I don't live a super hectic life, but we've just been busier than usual. And both of our work, we both are entrepreneurs, me and my husband, and we work for ourselves and we work online, and lots of our work dropped off over the last few weeks, which kind of we had cushioned ourselves for and we kind of expected, but maybe not as far as it went. And my husband, who very much lives in the masculine, was frightened by this. And at times, I'm guessing I was too. So we had a cushion, we're okay, but it was definitely getting to the line into, I'm talking in terms of money and in terms of work and resources, right? And we have all these huge goals for the next 3 months that are like really massive and really resource heavy. So we took it to the line. And about 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks, maybe a little less, I was like, I'm the one who's gonna have to call in the unknown right now. Because let's face it, sometimes the masculine's just not able to do it and they're just not available for it. It's just not, ooh, whoa, she go girl, happening, okay? So here's what I do. And here's what I know I have to do, but sometimes if you're in a not such a great state, it's really hard to do. But so I start to think about what it is that I actually want. Like knowing what I actually want internally is a feeling, a vibration. And then taking really small moments, and I'm talking really small moments, and in places places that I think would be quite unusual to anyone outside of motherhood, to focus my energy in that time. Okay. And so it's not about meditating. It's not about only being in the high vibe. It's not about any of those types of things. It's like, when can you get yourself into an almost dreamland, trancy space and make your wishes, your manifestations, and your dreams come true? And in motherhood, I feel like we have the most time to be able to do this. And I feel we have the most mental opportunity. The problem is that most mothers are manifesting what they don't want. I'm going to say that again. Most mothers are focused on manifesting what they don't want. They don't want to be awake with their kids at night. Not to say they don't want a mother, but like, everyone wants a sleeping babe. It's the way we're coming at it from, okay? And so how can, like, God, anyone else come from a slightly religious hating childhood? That my parents didn't hate religion, but they were fairly anti-religion, but then sent me to religious schools. It's such a conflict, right? And so God has this funny taste in my mouth. But to be really honest, I really do feel like I'm at the point where sometimes I am praying to God or the universe or to a higher belief system outside of myself to rearrange things to support me. And the times that I do that and the times that I focus that are actually when I'm doing the most mundane tasks, like the boring shit, the shit that everybody sort of says we could outsource. And, you know, maybe you could outsource all these things, but it's like, I am intent on using those moments to cast my manifestations. I am like casting my manifestations out to the universe in the smallest of moments. So my number one place and space to do that is hanging out the washing. I don't know. Is this wild to be talking about? Okay. I have 4 kids, so like there's a lot of washing, and I spend a lot of time on the washing line. Even though I get my kids to hang out washing, the cycle is pretty monotonous. And so I spend a decent amount of time out there, and most of the time that I go out there, I'm either manifesting something I don't want by being in a negative state, or if I can pull myself back, I'm manifesting from a spot of what I do want. And so I utilize that time to think about what I desire and to cast my manifestation spells into the universe. And I started really focusing on that then when I'm cleaning up the kitchen and when I'm preparing the rooms for bedtime. So there's something about that end of the day kind of process. I go and turn everyone's lamps on and shut the blinds, and this is definitely something I always do because I find it really valuable. I turn some candles on, and in those moments, I'm like, it's all coming. The clients we desire are coming. The big ticket payments are coming. It's all just going to work out. Like, my husband's going to have like fully booked within a week. I start to get really clear, and the more times I do it, kind of the more it gains momentum on itself, and it starts like, it feels like, let's say for like 3 to 5 days, it feels like nothing's working. I can remember even just like a few days ago, I was like, oh, this is such a waste of time. You're such an idiot. I don't even tell my husband about this. I wonder if he'll ever even watch this, right? Like it is kind of wild. And then all of a sudden, so like 2 days ago, I was hanging out the washing and I was like, I can feel I am like casting a spell and it is fucking working. And there was no evidence of that shit working. There was no evidence. None. Zero. Zero. There was actually some evidence. My course has been selling the best I've ever sold a course, which is absolutely incredible. And if you're one of those people, fuck, I love you. Thank you for supporting us. me. Thank you for supporting this wild ride. I always aim to give out as much free content as I sell content as well at the moment while I'm building my business. So, you know, it all goes around. It all works out. And if you just love free content, then I love you too so much. But if you're interested in my content, I'm hoping my website's here, or you can Google me. Oh, wow. I'm not good at this part. Cast the spells. But cast the spells for what it is that you actually desire. I got like a 5-figure payment, like pretty much out of nowhere. And I was like, God damn, it fucking works. Like, it works. And no, you can't probably stand at the washing line and ask yourself for $1 million. Maybe that will work. But what I'm saying is, and I'm talking about money, but you can utilize this in anything. But let's talk about money, because I want to talk about money more, and I'm going to talk about it in this. Like, pick a figure that you can get your head behind, like that you can go like, fuck yes, I can show up for that figure and I can create that figure, and I'm going to stand up for that figure in my mind, even when I have no evidence of it working. I've never made that much in a month, or I've never sold that many places, or I've never even sold a product before, or I've never even created money out of something that I didn't know before. But you're just going to do it. And you're going to make your spells in your spaces. Like, if you like ironing, that's a fabulous time. If you drive a lot, god damn, like, use a song to like tap you in and go there. If you love to just like sit outside and read your book, sometimes you'll find you're reading your book and then off you go in your spiral. Use the spiral for good. Cast your spells to manifest what you desire. And I know that casting spells sounds like really witchy and like just might not feel like the right wording for you. Use the right things that feel good to you, but the superpower is you. You can create, like, if let's say you were wanting to call in a new relationship. I'm not in that situation, but like, let's say you were, you would be like starting to just dream of the dude or the lady or whatever. Like, you would just be starting to be like, oh, they treat me so well. Like, it's all just going to be really good. But you're going to use the smallest pocket of times, the most mundane shit in your life. It might be vacuuming. But this is the power of motherhood, because you have those spaces and they get to be times that you cast your spells. That's it from me. I would love to know below if you do manage to do something, and if you've tried it, even if you just gave it a go for like 2 weeks, see what happens. See what happens when you hold the faith on yourself. And if you really enjoy this, share it with your besties, share it with your playgroup, share it with any mama who's struggling with the mundane, and get her to use the mundane as her tool.